112%. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 separate reports that just hit the wire, so let's get into it and talk through these one at a time. First off, another new report was just released showing just how much Americans are struggling right now and how virtually nobody has any money. In fact, this report goes on to show that as of last month, 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Get this, even 45% of those people with a 6-figure income, in other words, $100,000 or more, are also reporting living paycheck to paycheck. Now, this is up 7% from the 38% of people living paycheck to paycheck last year who were also earning $100,000 or more, 6 figures. Is this a little bit concerning, or is it just me? I think all of us can very clearly see this is a very, very concerning picture. Not only is it the higher income people, but it's the low income, and we all understand the lower the income, the more that people are struggling right now, especially the fixed income. Again, we've been banging this drum for a very long time now, and again, report after report, and this is another one that just hit the wire, continue to come out right now showing just how bad it really is for the vast majority of Americans right now. Well, the report also goes on to show that in the second quarter of 2022, so just a few months ago, Americans racked up another $46 billion of credit card debt. That's crazy. I mean, seriously, in 3 months' time, Americans, we the people, racked up $46 billion in credit card debt. Now get this, the report also goes on to show that credit card interest rates right now, the average credit card interest rate is sitting at 21.59%. That's nuts. How would you like to be the bank collecting 21.59% interest on your money? Not bad, right? Would you need to work? Probably not. I mean, seriously, let's be real with ourselves right now. Probably not. Unfortunately, the low income, the fixed income, those people who simply cannot afford the bills right now and who do not have the money to pay the bills are floating those balances on credit cards and paying an average 21.59% interest. Let me put that into perspective for a second. Let's just say that you had money sitting in a bank account. If you logged into the bank account and all of a sudden saw the bank was generous enough to pay you 21.59% interest, would you be excited? I know I'd be super excited. That'd be a very, very, very nice interest rate. Have you ever seen the bank ever pay you that much interest? I never have. The most I've ever seen was like 3%, and that was when I was like 5 years old. I mean, seriously, that was a long, long time ago. It's been a very long time since we've seen any kind of interest out of banks, and seriously, they're on the collecting side. They're collecting 21.59% interest from us. Thank you very much, banks. We love it. Yeah, anyway, no wonder why they have such healthy balance sheets, right? I mean, seriously, that is a ton of money that's just being thrown out the window in the form of interest. Anyway, just want to throw it out there for you so we can all see what's actually going on. Next, let's quickly talk about another report here as well. So a few days ago, I was out in a separate video talking about the federal student loan forgiveness and how there was a report that came out of the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, talking about how it's going to cost $400 billion. Well, then shortly thereafter, there was another report that came out saying it was actually going to cost $379 billion. Well, get this, another new report just came out saying, just kidding, it's going to cost $426 billion now. So now the spread is $379 billion up to $426 billion. So take your pick, whatever it's going to be. It's going to come in right around the $400 billion mark. Again, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little higher, but about $400 billion is what it's looking like as of right now. Well, they just released more information on this and also reported that it's going to cost every single year $100 million just to maintain this program. I mean, seriously, we're not talking little change here. We're talking big sums of money. I mean, seriously, every dollar amount that I'm bringing to you right now is in the millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars. This is crazy. This is more money than most of us, well, I mean, let's be real. This is more money than any of us will ever see in our lifetimes. I mean, let's just be honest right now. $100 million, that's crazy amounts of money, right? So, I mean, just that's nuts. I mean, unbelievable. Anyway, I want to bring that report to you because I thought it was very interesting. Now, let's quickly talk about another report. Again, 112%. I hope you're sitting down for this one because this one is nuts, absolutely nuts. So about, what was it, maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that, Again, give or take a few days. I was out in a separate video talking about a new report that I saw at the time showing that turkey prices for Thanksgiving are going to be up 38% this coming Thanksgiving because of everything going on right now. Just kidding, 38% would be a bargain. If you see a 30% increase, buy all the turkeys you can find. Here's why. A new report was just released showing that this year for Thanksgiving, they're now projecting turkey prices to be up 112%. Nope, that's not a typo. That's the real thing. Let me break it down for you right now. So the reports out there right now showing that grocery stores are posting the average price for a turkey right now coming in at $6.70 per pound. Last year at the same time, $3.16 a pound. So we are paying 112% more this year than what we were paying last year. You've got to be kidding me. Seriously. At what point is this going to stop, right? So that's what these reports are now telling us. Now, is it any shock that that first report that I talked about showing that 60% of Americans, 6 out of every 10 people out there right now, do not have any money? Are we shocked about this? Is it also surprising to us that 45% of those people living on a fixed 6-figure income are also struggling? Again, no, no, and no. None of this is surprising at all, right? So again, I've been talking about this for so incredibly long now. Why is it so hard for Congress to figure out that right now the low income and fixed income need additional money? Now again, I'm not suggesting that we need to go out and send out a broad stimulus check for every single American out there like what we've did for the last few stimulus packages where about 85% of the population got those checks. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that 85% of the population needs it. But does maybe, I don't know, the bottom, say, 25, 30% of people, and especially the low income and fixed income, maybe need an ongoing check right now? I would probably say yes, without a doubt, ongoing checks. A little check right now, I mean, let's be real. At this point, if you were to approve let's just say a $1,400 check, a $1,200 check, a $600, or maybe even a $2,000 check, would that really alleviate all of the financial issues you're having right now? I'm going to be honest with you. The answer is probably no. $2,000 would probably not even cut it for most people. $2,000 might bring you, might pay off some of the credit cards, might pay off some of the personal loans, might pay off some of the loans that you've taken out from friends or family members or balances that you've been floating on a credit card. It might pay some of those down a little bit, right? It might catch you up on some of your rent. It might catch you up on some of your utilities. But at the end of the day, when you take $2,000 and you spread it across all the different things that you maybe owe some money on right now, that $2,000 would be gone very fast, right? So again, I've been talking about this for so long, and the more that we go forward with this with no additional relief, the ideas that all of us here in the community have talked about for a year and a half now, talking about how badly another check or even realistically ongoing monthly checks would be right now, again, we're just preaching to the choir right now. We all understand this. In fact, over the last year and a half, I've connected with some of you right here in the community. In fact, the majority of you right here in the community through these videos down below in the comments section. We've all talked about this many, many times, and we've all talked about how starting a year and a half ago or so, since we received the last $1,400 check, they really needed to start sending out ongoing checks. And again, it wouldn't even need to be much. If they would have done it a year and a half ago, sending out even just an extra $200, $300, maybe $500 per month, I think everybody would be sitting in a very, very different situation right now because we wouldn't have fallen behind. People wouldn't need to open up extra credit cards. We wouldn't need to go into debt by borrowing money from friends and family, taking out personal loans, floating balances on credit cards, overdrafting bank accounts, all of these different things. Not being able to pay utility bills or insurance on the car or all kinds of different things like this. So I thought it was very interesting to kind of look at all this current situation and feel like, if they just would have done something back in the day when, a year and a half ago when things were actually getting kind of bad and we knew that this was coming, we would not be in this situation right now. And would that really have led to more inflation? Let's just be honest with ourselves. Inflation is already through the roof right now anyway. Would it really have done anything to this inflation? Okay, fine. Maybe the inflation would be, I don't know, maybe another % higher. But at this point, does it really matter anymore? We're already talking about inflation that's through the roof, crushing everybody right now. I mean, seriously, does one more point really matter at this point? it probably wouldn't do a whole lot, because the fact of the matter is the people that would need the money, the low income, the fixed income, all the beneficiaries we talk about here on the channel so much, would have been getting those ongoing monthly checks. Again, $200, $300, maybe $400, $500 a month, $500 even max. We wouldn't even needed that. However, now they've fallen so far behind the curve as far as Congress and approving money and stuff like this for the low income and fixed income. Right now, I mean, seriously, they would need to approve like a $5,000 check. Seriously, just to get people back to even right now, it would need to be like $4,000 or $5,000 just to get people back. So, I mean, seriously, they really dropped the ball on this one. Again, that's just my opinion on this. They've severely dropped the ball on this when it comes to the low income and fixed income. And like I've talked about so many times here in the community, the most vulnerable and high-risk individuals, the low-income, fixed income, those people out there right now who are really struggling, again, seriously, a major, major ball drop on this one. I just feel like it's a super sad situation. So I like to come back with these reports every so often so you can see what is really, really going on right now. And like I always enjoy saying, does your local news talk about this? I'm going to be honest with you, probably not. Out of all these stories that I talked about here in this video, maybe your local news will talk about increased turkey prices. Maybe they'll talk about that, but that might even be a stretch. And if they do, I highly doubt they're going to tell you it's 112% more. They're probably going to come back and say, oh, consumers are paying a little bit more this year for turkeys. They're looking about 4% higher. Oh, it'll be fine. No. Not according to what I'm finding. The report that I just found was talking about 112% higher prices average across the country. That's average, by the way. Some select pockets throughout the country will probably see even more than that, because remember, in some rural areas where it's hard for them to get turkeys and the supply of meats and stuff like that, it's going to be higher. We're counting in maybe higher freight prices, trucking prices, handling prices, all that stuff. You got to take all that into consideration as well, right? So anyway, super sad stuff going on right now. Either way, I am very much dedicated to being here for you in any way that I can be. That's my commitment. That's my dedication. As always, I'm sticking to it. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. I'll continue to be here for you right by your side every single day with all these reports. And again, all of these cash drops that I'm doing, the Amazon project, sending out all these necessities. I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. Unfortunately, with these projects that I'm doing, we are not talking about hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars, but we are talking about thousands of dollars. It's a far stretch from millions and billions, but you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, let's just be real for a second, okay? I'm doing what I can. I want to help you out in any way that I can. I know the struggle is real right now. I want to be here for you in any way that I can. And who knows? Maybe we'll do a big old turkey drop. I don't know. Sounds kind of fun, right? Watch out. Turkeys falling from the sky. When turkeys fly, maybe I should say, right? Anyway, I know I'm a nut job. Anyway, hope you're having a nice day so far. Again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Make sure to share this video with your friends, family, social media, and maybe most importantly, go back and check out some of the other videos here on the channel. I'm always choosing more names from the Amazon project. Go back and check out the latest video where I've talked about that, or the latest cash drop, as I have been known to go back and choose more people out of the comment section for the cash drops, the Amazon project, all kinds of things. I want to get some stuff out to you. Anyway, enjoy, go back and check out the other videos, subscribe and share the video. Until next time, have a good one. Hope this one helps you, and I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Enjoy.